8:49. Look who we have here with us today. Of course, Steve Martin, the voice of the Hornets radio broadcast. Hugo's here. Lauren's here. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I was just showing you this, Steve. In my rundown, it says the segment is called "What's Up with the Hornets."
That's pretty general.
Yeah. So what's up with the Hornets?
Yeah. Hey, well, it's a new season.
Yes.
We got a new schedule.
Okay.
Got the same Hugo.
Same good-looking people with you.
And we have a good season coming up, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of changes. Big expansion in salary cap, and that allowed a lot of teams to pick some teams or players from your team.
Mm-hmm.
But we were able to keep some key guys and add some new pieces to the puzzle that I think are going to make this a very good season. Coming off a 48-win season, so hard act to follow, but I think this team will do a good job at it.
Yeah, is there a little bit of pressure this season because it was such a good season last year and so many people truly were buzzing about it?
Well, yes and no. The reason why there isn't is because everybody else is getting better, so you don't have an awful lot of time to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about, fighting these teams every time out, and there's some teams in our division that are going to get a lot better, so better have your game shoes on every night.
And you feel good about who we have, given who we've lost and all of that?
Well, Nick Batum was the guy that we really wanted to keep, and he was job one, and they got that. Job two was Marvin Williams. You'd hope to keep some other guys, but you got to let them go with the salary cap, and a lot of teams offering them big money. Jeremy Lin, for an example, he was making $2 million with the Hornets in his last year. Brooklyn came in and offered him 12. That's per season.
Right.
So that's hard to, you get into a money race like that. There's some places where you've got to check up and try to find something else. And I thought the Hornets really geared up for this season very well.
Good. And Lauren, this is your fourth year, you said?
That's right.
Are you ladies ready? Like, what is it? I mean, I know you put so much work in before the season starts.
We do. We actually have a mini camp occurring mid-September to kind of put us in ahead of the game, learning a lot of routines. We're really excited about it. A lot of hard working out. So we're pumped. We're pumped for the season. We have 22 girls on the team this year, which I think is one of the largest teams that we've had.
Wow.
So we're eager. We're eager for a home opener on the October 29th.
They work harder than as hard as the players.
I believe it. I believe it. They have to stay so fit. You have to learn all these different routines. I watch you guys out there. I'm like, how do they even remember every single move for every routine? You, though, have to work hard, too, Hugo. I mean, you got to stay in shape.
He just said,
I see you flip around.
I'm glad you recognize that.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, you got a little time to work on that, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean,
he says a lot of that is there.
Okay.
Yeah,
to get the bottom side up and around, you got to kind of be lean down there. I'm just excited for fans this year in the 30 seconds we have left. I mean, it's going to be a great season for fans.
It's going to be a great season for this team. I'm anxious to see what this team comes out with. We've got some new players. Marco Bellinelli, who's a good shooter. He's hit 753s in his career. I think he'll be a guy that nobody talks about, and all of a sudden they'll say, "Who's this Bellinelli kid?"
Aha.
Roy Hibbert and Ramon Sessions, who has been on the team before, and he's back again, and be a big help.
So you've heard it here first. Thank you guys for coming in. We appreciate it. Hugo, high five. Can I have another? Such a sweet hug.
We'll leave these guys alone.
We'll be right back after this.
Delano, thank you. Now on Bounds, the Charlotte Hornets are looking for new bees to join the team. We're talking about auditions for the HoneyBees taking place this Saturday. Tonight I want to welcome HoneyBees Lauren Turner and Kat Puryear here to the show for more on how you can have a successful audition. So welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. First, just tell me why it is you wanted to join the HoneyBees. We'll start with you.
Yes, I joined the HoneyBees for a sense of sisterhood. I'm an only child. I grew up dancing, so of course I have a passion for dance, but I also have a passion for sports too. So I grew up watching the Hornets, so I'm a huge fan first. So that's really what pushed me to join the team.
How long you been a HoneyBee?
I'm auditioning now for my 3rd season.
Oh, wow. Okay, over to you, HoneyBee Kat.
Well, I didn't audition because I knew the team. I don't really know much about basketball, but I love to dance and I love to serve my community. And that's one thing that we get to do as HoneyBees. We get to go out and serve our community and just kind of be ambassadors for the Hornets. So I love it.
Awesome. So let's talk about a typical daily routine for the HoneyBees.
Yes, so daily routines, we do practice twice a week, so wake up early, go to our jobs or school, and then come back and audition Monday and Thursdays at 7 o'clock until 10 o'clock at night.
So do you have to audition before every game?
Oh, no, sorry, just practice.
Okay, it's practice. Okay, cool. Just checking. I was about to say, wow, that is hard.
Right there.
Okay, let's talk about the process for this week this weekend's audition and what happens afterward, Kat?
Okay, well, auditions are June 13th, this Saturday, and registrations begins at 9 p.m.
But now you can go ahead and pre-register right now at hornets.com.
Okay.
And then open auditions start at 10 p.m.
All right. And so then, you know, what happens after, I guess you're notified if you make the first cut or what have you. Is that how it works?
That's right. The very first round of auditions Saturday night, it's going to be open to the public, and they'll be able to watch us for the first round. Then there will be a cut, and they'll go into a second round that night. And then by the end of that night, we'll have our B Camp finalists.
Okay. All right. So kind of share some do's and don'ts when it comes to preparing for an audition to be a honeybee.
I would say first do wear a midriff top and wear Hornets colors. We're representing the Hornets. We want to see your body, your physical fitness. That's part of the auditions. So wear a midriff top and no scuffing shoes because we don't want to mess up that beautiful floor.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Very important.
That's right. And make sure you come looking your best. Maybe have a little bit of choreography in mind because the second round does consist of freestyle. So come a little bit prepared with that.
So you got to bring your A game.
Bring your A game. You do.
You really do. You got to be gutsied up. It's not like throwing on, you know, yoga pants to go to the gym.
Oh, no. You've got to be ready, you got to be prepared. And yeah, like Tony said, have something in mind already. And make sure you are 18 and older to auditions by June 13th.
Okay. You guys have a dance prep class tomorrow. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we do have a dance prep class tomorrow. We'll learn some choreography, which will be similar to what will be taught at that first round of audition. So it's very important to come. It's only $20 cash to be there, and it starts at 7 o'clock.
All right, let's put up the information, shall we? The Honeybee auditions this Saturday, June 13th at Time Warner Cable Arena in the main bowl. Auditions are from 10 p.m. until around midnight, so, you know, I hope you ate your Wheaties or you got some Starbucks some later into the day there. As the Honeybees here tonight said, the audition is open to the public. We put all of this information on WBTV.com/webextras. Honeybees, Lauren Turner, Kat Puryear, thank you so much for your time tonight. You guys are just so bubbly. So we need to bring a bubbly personality as well.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely, ladies. Delano?
Being a honeybee meant, you know, giving back to your community, being a part of something bigger than yourself. Finally, you're able to do this job. That's so cool. And, you know, be a part of a sisterhood of girls that are like-minded like you.
It was a good feeling to represent the city. I'm from Charlotte, born and raised, so pulling for the home team and dancing for the home team was even better, and it made me feel like I was representing the city well.
Back in the beginning, I think it must have been incredible. I can't even imagine just to bring the city of Charlotte together.
I admire this group of women so much, like more than I could probably ever say. And I remember coming to games being little. They were my heroes. To be a part of a group of women who absolutely embody everything that this organization stands for, pretty much.
You know, we've just got these amazing girls who want to support NBA basketball in Charlotte. So now for the Honeybees team to continue to do that, it's awesome.
This audition process is very difficult. Round one, we just learned choreography in about 10 minutes or so, and next thing you know, it's time to line up in front of the judges in groups of 6. And there's a lot on the line, especially going back again. It's a huge year for Charlotte basketball, and we all want to be a part of that.
It's difficult to pick it up quick, but also you have to mentally be prepared for anything to be thrown at you. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely say a 9. It's challenging for sure.
Some of the criteria that we're looking for in our hopefuls this evening are just, you know, being someone that Hornets fans want to see entertain on the court. Basically an overall amazing girl who has a lot of energy.
You want to be a brand ambassador. You want to be a person who can go out and talk to the public. You do meet and greets with fans. You go to philanthropy events, which is something I love, the idea of being a part of an organization that's so philanthropic. It's exciting. I really think the judges are going to look for somebody who can totally represent everything that this organization embodies.
Girls that show confidence, great smiles, great energy, motivation. If they mess up, they keep going, pick up the next 4, and never stop. Have fun.
some of them have tried out multiple times for the team. You know, this is not their first audition. So they are, you know, coming back and sort of showing us, hey, I want to be a part of all this action in Buzzsea. I want to be a part of the 30th celebration. It just is a big sisterhood that we like to continue every year and really build upon it. Because even our alumni group now, when they come back in the Hive and they get to perform with us on the court, they still feel that energy with their teammates that they did when they were dancing on the court for the first time.
Being able to do what you like, being dancing, your passion, and being able to come and do it for 42 home games in front of a crowd that is crazy, energetic, fun, and being that it's our 30th year this year, it'll be a great time to get on that court.
So today is our open audition. All of our candidates are coming in, and we're going to do a warm-up, and they're going to learn dance choreography for round 1, and then we're going to make a cut, and then we're going to move on to round 2 and 3.
This is going to be, in total, I think my 7th audition, but this is going to be in hopes of my 4th year. I'm feeling really excited. Everyone is just really nervous all around, but I think once the music starts going, we'll kick those nerves off.
Ready for the day to begin, the girls walk down to the court to begin stretching and warming up.
I'm Randy. All the girls, probably most of you know that they call me Coach B, so call me whatever you want to, as long as you dance good tonight, that's all I'm worried about. We are going to warm up tonight.
After Coach Brandy's introduction, the girls begin to warm up and learn choreography. After practicing routines, the girls performed the routines that they learned earlier that night.
Everyone's either excited, nervous, and I'm pretty sure everybody's feeling all of those emotions. So we're just trying to wait for the judges to deliberate so we can move on to the second round.
The girls headed back to the court for the freestyle portion of the night. Once the freestyle round ends, the judges go back to deliberate. In the meantime, the girls remain on the court anxiously awaiting their fate.
I feel good, which is all you can really ask for at this point, and I'm just a little nervous as well, so let's...
Yeah, definitely nerves, just waiting.
I feel pretty good. There was a lot of energy, which helps. Certainly helps in giving me the confidence to perform. It's always tough to pick up choreography right off the bat and perform it in front of a panel of judges. It's very intimidating. But after watching a few groups go before me, it really like gave me life to perform the best that I could.
It's like an up and down. I start off super excited, and then when you're about to go in front of the judges, you get a little nervous, and then it's done. You're like, woo, okay, next round. So it's
for sure.
Finally, the judges return to announce the B Camp finalists.
104, 121, 124, 125, 126, 129, 142, 143, 144, 152, 155, 156, 159, so much. We'll see you next year. Okay, thank you, ladies.
Day 2, we're going to be modeling swimwear is the first part. And then for the second part, we're going to be doing a work out with Catapult Fit, and then at the end of the day, we're going to be learning choreography.
So yesterday I was the second to last person to get my name called. I thought, oh my gosh, they're not going to call my number. I was sitting there trying to smile and have high hopes that my number was going to be called, and when she did call it, it was like just an adrenaline rush. Words can't even describe how I felt.
We're doing swimsuit first. I'm going to line you up based on the list that I made earlier today.
Next, the girls begin the fitness portion of the night with Catapult Fit.
We've just gotten to the arena and everyone's been mingling and just conversating a little bit about the questions that are going to be asked tonight. We're doing a personality assessment and everyone's going to be asked individual questions and just kind of see how girls act on the spot, and then they're going to do like a mini team store apparel little challenge. I'd say there's a lot of nerves going on. It's kind of like, it's once again the unexpected, not knowing what they're going to ask. You know, some girls are a little nervous about being put on the spot, but I would say just embrace it and just jump right in.
What are you looking forward to the most if you're selected to be on it? Act like you're playing the bongos. Thank you. Tell me a no.
Few questions up here. The last thing I read was. I read this morning. Sorry, I didn't put the mic there.
You're right. And I'm also listening to an audiobook because I don't like to read all the time. So the easiest way for me to read is The Wait, and I'll listen to it on
the She just had interviews and I was like praying and like, oh gosh, I hope everything goes well, and practicing with her and stuff. So I'm really nervous for her. I tried to mentally prepare her as well because it is different from going from competitive dance to professional dancing. And you're with older women, it's very different. So keeping her mentally prepared, staying healthy, staying in the gym, practicing dancing. All of it really, just trying to do that this summer and even before. I mean, everything we've done up to now really has helped prepare, but then especially this summer, just kind of putting it all into one and being prepared. I mean, we build each other up, and as much as we are competitive, like, even if we're at the gym or practicing dances, I think that competitiveness really pushes us to be the best version of ourselves.
We probably both equally do it, but I'll be running on the elliptical and she looks over, she's like,
she's just more discreet. She's more discreet about it. I mean, Courtney sometimes will take it easy, and I'll like look over, and if she does go up a little bit, I'm like, oh, you better incline up just a little bit. And then she'll turn and I'll push hers up a little bit more. The next thing you know, we're running at, speed 10 on 5
We
and
definitely
5.
challenge each other, that's for sure.
Sweating, yeah. Because I think even when we think that maybe we've reached our best, or maybe you'd be satisfied with your best, I'll see Courtney over there, she's killing the dance move, or like she just killed swimsuit. I'm like, oh, I can do better,
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but it's like, it just pushes you and gives you more of a drive. Even as a second year, coming in my second year, you think maybe after your rookie year you'll feel more confident, which you do feel more confident because you're not going in blindsided. But it is still, I mean, there's so many just beautiful, talented women. You look to your right, you look to your left, every single girl is just incredible. So there's definitely pressure, but at the same time, it is so much fun. And, you're getting to dance on the Hornets court with like all your girls, and learning awesome choreography and just getting to show your stuff. So, I mean, it was so fun, nerve-wracking, but very fun.
Yeah, I agree. Coming into it, I honestly did not know what to expect besides what she's told me, so I was very nervous, but then once I got in there, made some new friends, started meeting new people, and I was like, this is so much fun. Like, if I could do this every day for the rest of my life, like, this is so much fun, and that's why I'm excited to even be here at B-Camp. I think I was the third name called.
She was the third.
And I was like, wait, is that me? Is that my number?
I think I stood up when they called her name. I was like, yes.
That's you. I'm like,
and then mine was near the end. I was like, uh-oh.
I was thinking, wait.
It was fun though, and then as soon as she got down there, we like made eye contact, and we were just so excited. Tomorrow we have the talent portion, and a lot of the girls have been asking what we're doing, and we're not telling them yet, but we'll give you guys a little sneak peek. We used to do this thing when we were younger called Helping Hands. Also, side note, we dress as Elsa and Anna at children's hospitals and charity events and stuff like that. And so everyone thinks that we're going to be Elsa and Anna, which we are, but we used to do this thing growing up called Helping Hands, and we would put on my dad's clothes, and Courtney would go behind me and show she's my arms, and mine are behind my back. So then I speak, and so we like decorating cakes, but we're doing an Olaf cake, but we're decorating it with her hands behind me.
So who knows what that's going to look like.
We think it's funny. We'll see if everyone else thinks it's funny. But yeah, and then we'll have an actual cake that we decorated at the end. But the process of decorating the first cake with my helping hand will be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
With day 4 underway, the girls prepared to show their talents off to the judges.
And you can also do wall ball, together wall.
After the talent portion of the night, the girls go into rehearsal.
Very young, and my mom would turn on some music, and I always liked to perform. So as far as being trained in the studio, I didn't start training until high school, so it's been about 7 years now, but I always just loved to dance when I was little. I actually came to my first game, which was the last year. They were the Bobcats. I came with my grandpa and grandma, and I saw the dancers on the floor, and I was like, I'm gonna audition for that. So that's when I first decided I wanted to audition to be a honeybee. The most thing I like about being a dancer, I would have to say, just to be able to have the freedom to express yourself. When I was in pharmacy school before HoneyBees, anytime I was stressed out about an exam or an assignment, I would go to the studio. Go to the studio all the time, either improv or get some of my friends, and we would just learn a routine together, make up a routine together. I definitely thought that was my stress reliever before I even thought about auditioning for an NBA dance team. I do work full-time as a pharmacist now, so being able to balance the schedule of the NBA with my job and also with friends and family. I think the most challenging part was having the projects in on time, just because my preceptor would be like, okay, Simone, I need you to research this drug and present it to me tomorrow. A new patient's gonna start on it. So, okay, if I have a game till 10:30, I get back home, I still have that project assigned tomorrow. So it wasn't necessarily, oh, everything's due at 12 o'clock a.m. It was more so they would give assignments right on the spot, and you have to be able to come through and have that ready. So I would definitely say that was really challenging, but obviously did well. I graduated, so it was worth it. Let's see. The lessons I've learned throughout this whole process is to, I would have to say, believe in the process. Believe in your calling, because I know initially I auditioned 2 years ago, made it to finals, unfortunately didn't get on the team. I was still in school back then. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just really focus on school, make sure I'm still taking classes and I'm involved with dance, and then I'll go back. So I eventually came back to audition this past year and was fortunate enough to be on the team and was able to finish out my schoolwork and also be able to deal with the season. So I feel as far as this year, what I've learned is I was so devastated the first time around when I didn't make it, but this year I'm so appreciative that I didn't make it and that I did make it this year, because I believe everything happens for a reason and you should definitely just trust the process.
So today we are taking photos. We are also going to be doing some surprise. She told us to bring our black sports bra and black shorts. I'm not necessarily sure what we'll be doing. BCAP has been so fun. We've done a variety of different things, interviews, swimsuits, modeling, pictures, dance, of course. So I would say it's been fun.
Currently, all of our candidates are in a photo shoot right now, and then they are going into a meeting, and then they think they're going back into rehearsal to continue the audition. But little do they know, momentarily here, they're about to find out who is going to make the 2017-2018 HoneyBees.
A little bit of bad news, a little, and a little bit of good news. Which one do you want first? Bad first? Okay, bad news is you're not going to see me the rest of the week. Good news is we're going to announce the team tonight. So here's how it's going to work. You're going to keep all your belongings here. You don't take anything with you. When you see your picture come up on that screen, you are going to go through that curtain, and we'll tell you where to go from there. Okay. Oh my God!
This is Chris Jenkins for CharlotteVibe.com, and yes, I do have one of the best jobs there is. Tonight, Brandy McCoy of the HoneyBees agreed to let us have a behind-the-scenes sneak peek at what it's like to be a honeybee.
We have 21 girls on this year's HoneyBees team.
And what are the experience range from rookies to?
We have about half of the girls who have been on the team before when we were Lady Cats, and then the other half is brand new to our organization.
And when are tryouts?
Tryouts are coming up. We are getting ready to announce the date very soon, so it's a big secret. So all the girls here, I know, and all the girls at home are waiting on that date to be released, and we'll be releasing it within the next couple weeks.
Where at? On your website?
Twitter, our Instagram, and of course on the Hornets website.
So what's your name?
Christina.
Christina, first year?
Yes, rookie.
It looks strenuous. You're breathing hard and everything.
Yeah,
How tough are
absolutely.
these practices?
Really tough. For example, like today, we have a game Wednesday, and this is our only practice. As you see, we're learning it right now. So if you don't go full out at practice, you're not going to go full out on the court.
What about the relationship together? Everybody looks like they're having fun.
Yeah.
Friends. How well does everybody?
Really great, and as you see, we can kind of crack up in front of each other, and we know when to kind of play around and when to buckle down. So we have a great sisterhood.
All right, so I know tryouts are coming up soon, and
Yes.
you've already gone through one.
Yes.
What's any advice for those people that are going to be trying out for HoneyBees?
Yeah, absolutely. So Brandy has her dance classes that she'll be doing every week, and then leading up to that, there are prep classes. Not only are they dance classes, but they're fitness classes and makeup, hair and beauty classes as well. So you get to kind of meet us, and you get to see her choreography and everything that's going to lead up to the audition process.
So what has this experience been like for you?
It's been amazing. It's been a whirlwind. I feel like yesterday I just made the team and we were running out on court and the adrenaline was pumping. And now the season's coming to a close and it's kind of bittersweet because, you know, the Hornets came back, the buzz is back in the city, but also the season's coming to its close, and I made such a bond with all the girls here, and we've become just like sisters. So yeah, it's been a great year.
Practice, we're practicing. How many times a week are you guys practicing?
We practice at least twice a week, and sometimes we add in a rehearsal if needed.
You guys I'm sure have made a lot of appearances. Any appearances that stick out or things that you love about appearances?
Well, you know, I love the kids. You know, growing up, I was a Charlotte Hornets fan, and it's cool to see a bunch of kids now becoming Charlotte Hornets fans. And last week we had Junior HoneyBees, and that was a really fun experience. Just being able to teach girls, you know, about dance and just about the HoneyBees. That just makes it feel really special, and you know, it kind of gives back to the community a little bit too.
This is my first year.
Yeah, so you did some stuff that seemed like a Spanish blog or something like that, right?
Yes, for Latin night. It was on a Tuesday night. We had Latin night, and we just had to write a blog about how our rookie year has been and like the whole entire experience from head to toe. So I wrote that in Spanish and English.
Yeah. What was it like for you?
It was amazing. It made me think about everything and think just from the very, very start until right now, and it made me feel like very like sensitive because I was like, oh my god, I have grown. Like I'm such a different person. It just made me like change my whole mindset.
So dancing with the HoneyBees, what's been one of your most memorable highlights of? What's the first thing that comes to your mind about this experience?
I would say the very first night, the opening night here was amazing. Like that feeling, I don't think anything can replace it. It was just like, oh my god, this is real life. Like I'm here, it's thousands of people, I'm on the court, like I'm actually here. It was amazing. My name is Angelica Leon. Gracias a todos por estar aquí, por verme a mí y ver este sueño que yo he tenido aquí que ha sido tan grandioso.
And welcome to the pregame show. We are joined by three very special ladies with us tonight, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself, starting on the end down here.
I'm Angelica.
I'm HoneyBee Lakin. HoneyBee Shelby.
Wow, I'm still trying to adjust HoneyBees right there, though. How long has it taken y'all to get used to HoneyBees?
I think we tend to slip, even some still now, still want to write cats, bobcats, so still an adjustment, but we're getting there.
Okay, several things coming up. First of all, I want to talk about welcome back HoneyBees. The HoneyBee special tomorrow night is going to be on TV. Can you give us a sneak preview of what we're going to see tomorrow?
Oh, Return of the HoneyBees. You're going to get a little bit of everything from the beginning of auditions, going all the way through to making the team, all the way through to team bonding, team building, as well as our calendar shoot.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to get to see everything. Tryouts as well, how the girls got along, the games before the games, when we practice in court, everything. Yeah.
And then you'll also get to see, we did go up to, what was the name of that? The go-kart. Victory Lane go-karting, and we had some go-kart racing, some little nice competitive warm-up. And so it goes all the way from the athletic side of us doing things out into the community, on the shoot of the camera all the way up to whenever we took the court for the very first time as HoneyBees. So it'll be pretty awesome.
You get a lot.
Okay. Well, I want to know who was king of the track. Normally, I missed it today. Normally on Black Friday, they have it at Charlotte Motor Speedway. They will let you go and you can donate $25 to track charities and take your own car. So I normally go put the top down and get it up to about 100, though, but I get to do that today. So tell me, who was the king or queen of the track when y'all went to the racetrack?
The queen of the track was actually Honeybee Alex. So the way Victory Lane set up is it has the different pace times. So we went in 3 different heats. We had different teams, and then they declared the winner. So it was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
It was amazing.
Well, tell us a little bit about how the transition has been this year. I noticed, I've got my teal and purple on tonight, though. I love the teal and purple colors again, though. But how has the transition been and all, and you know, how big of an adjustment has it been with everything?
I think it's been great. I mean, the fans love it. When the Hornets were here before, they just drew to that purple and teal, and I think having it back is even more powerful because our fans, that's all they wear to the games now, and it's awesome. It's amazing. And then I also think out in the communities, if you're at the mall, at a restaurant eating, anywhere you go, you see a lot more Hornet stuff where for a while you weren't really seeing much Bobcat stuff. And just all the intensity in the arena. We've got fans standing up clapping up until the 4th quarter. So it's just really nice to have loud fans that are showing their pride at wearing the colors. And we get a lot more fan involvement, and it's just awesome. Yeah.
I also think it's amazing seeing the fans bringing back the colors, bringing back the vintage clothing. Just like everywhere at the mall, I see clothing too. The vibe is just so exciting.
Now, when the uniforms came out, that was one of the fun things. I was a college and high school coach for a long time, and I got to design my own uniforms and all, and I was curious to see what the uniforms were going to look like. Which color do y'all like the best? Do you like the purple uniform, the teal, or the white?
My favorite color is purple, but it's something about that teal that just pops, and I mean, I just love that teal. The white is very bright too. It shows a presence, but the teal has to be my favorite. I'm probably torn between the teal and the white. I do like the white because you can still see that original pinstripe a little bit. It's a little bit more prominent in that. But again, the teal is really nice. It's just bright. No one else in the whole NBA has it. It's one of those colors that's just, what am I trying to say? It's Hornets. It's Hornets. It says Hornets. Yeah.
It gives our own identity.
It does. It's unique, yes.
And I have to agree with both of you guys. The teal is my favorite color. It pops, it's so bright, it's so pretty. That's my number one.
I like the teal. The purple is probably my favorite one, though.
Yeah.
That I like purple right there. I've got purple, and it looks like the team actually is going to be wearing teal at home tonight, though, which they're going to do that for several home games. But being a South Carolina graduate, we had to get away from that orange. I could not stand the orange, but I love the teal and purple and still had a lot of those colors left, too. All right, you've got something right here that we want to promote tonight, and that's the swimsuit. You know, in the movie Christmas Vacation, they talk about the Jelly of the Month Club's the gift that keeps on giving. In my opinion, this is the gift that keeps on giving, the swimsuit calendar. So let's talk a little bit about that now.
Yes, so we have the swimsuit calendar. It is available in the team store or by any of your HoneyBees. It's $15. And then we have the front cover. We also have the back. It is sponsored by Hickory Tavern, and then each girl has a month. You just flip through. It goes all the way up from November of this year, which we're coming to an end, all the way to December of next year. So it's really nice Christmas gift since Christmas is coming up. Yeah. Or gift to anyone, birthday gifts. But yeah, I have to agree with you. I think it's a good gift of the month. Definitely.
That's what I always used to get load up from my friends when I couldn't decide what to get, and they all had a smile on their face after that.
Yep, and then if they come to the game, we are here to autograph, so we do a calendar autograph session before the games. But yeah, they've been really popular this year. I think the color with the teal and the purple is really jumping out to a lot of people. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about some of the stories of actually the shoot. Where did you take the pictures this year? Where did you shoot the calendar pictures and all?
We were at Extravaganza. It's here in Charlotte, down North Tryon. And it was very interesting because it's a huge area where there's so many backdrops, there's so many different things to change up the theme, change up the lighting. So it was very fun. I think we had different color backdrops. There was a sand bottom that we stood in, which was fun, interesting, a little different. There was a lot more elements, I think. Yeah. Some of the girls have basketballs in their pictures. Some of us have Hornets hats. So it's really awesome, especially for that first HoneyBee swimsuit calendar, to kind of have more of a Hornets feel. All the girls in the calendar are wearing your purple and teal colors, some white and black, kind of the accent colors. But it's really nice just to keep the colors alive, especially since so many fans are just excited for the Hornets to be back.
I think it was amazing. We, like they said, we had different themes. We had different colors, swimsuits. We have different things like basketball hats, jewelry. So that made it a little bit different for all of us. And some of us has different positions too, for the photo shoot. So it was just so exciting. Yeah.
All right, any funny stories? I remember back some of the stories I heard when they filmed up at Asheville about how cold the water was out there trying to do those, and some of the things like that. Though, any funny shoot stories that you can tell?
Let's see. Some of us, they hooked up a hairdryer because we didn't have a fan in the facility, so we had to make do with that. And then some of us had to get baby oil. To create that shiny look, especially because whenever you're under the lights and the camera, sometimes the skin. So I think another interesting factor you'll notice in some of the photos, like I said, the sand on the bottom. That was a little interesting just because it's not as easy as one may think, trying to kneel in the sand or stand in heels in the sand. So it's a little tricky with a lot of those motions and positions and. The sand did bring about a little bit of difficulty, but just kind of had to work around with it and then hold in a pose because if the graphic designer is sitting there looking at the computer, so you may hold a pose for 5 minutes and you're balancing in the sand in your heels. So yeah, it was fun though, a lot of fun.
Last thing I want to talk about is a lot of people think that all you have to do is come show up and look pretty for all the ball games. Tell them about all the hard work that it goes into being a lady cat. A lady cat, I knew I'd say it. A honeybee.
Oh my God. It's okay. There's definitely a lot. People don't get to see all the behind the scenes, but we definitely show up hours early, way before tip-off, and we're here not only getting ready for hair and makeup, but we're on the court before the players, before everything gets started, rehearsing our game routines, getting everything that we need to get together before we even hit the locker room to prep and get dressed. And I mean, there's a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. For instance, this week we've had 3 games, so we've been here a lot, but outside of that we've still had 2 practices that we have gotten in, so we've really had 5 total. Well, tonight's going on 5, so a lot of hard work. We typically practice 7 to 10, but if we're on a time crunch, we may go a little bit later and go till 10:45. It just depends, but yeah. And then on the outside, just making sure we're all working out and keeping up healthy habits to stay active and be able to make it through a long game, especially if we go into overtime or double overtime, needing that energy. So yeah.
Yes, the big thing for me is beauty. That takes a lot of time. Getting your hair done, getting makeup, that really, it doesn't seem like it takes that much time, but it takes a lot of time. Just getting yourself together, like they said, practice is a huge thing. Like you have to practice outside of here, outside of the practice dates. We have to keep practicing, we have to keep working out, eating healthy. That's huge, yeah.
And we have tons of accessories that go with our uniforms, so we can't forget those pieces. Everything that goes into it, like every outfit has its own look, so we have to make sure we have the right color shoes on. And
I can relate to your problem too. It takes me a while with my hair too to try to get it ready there. So, but I have that same problem getting mine. You mentioned that too. How many different combinations or outfits? Because it seemed like every time you go back, you come back, you got something different on right there. How many combinations of outfits do you have?
Oh my gosh! Right now we probably have about 5 or 6, and then some of them we do have pants and shorts, so we can mix and match with those. But yeah, we have to make sure you're very organized, otherwise you'll get here and forget something, and then you may have to sit out that game or that quarter because we do change outfits a lot. So.
How many times on the average do you change during a game?
Oh, wow. Oh,
3 times?
Yeah, at least 2 or 3, sometimes 4, just depending. But yeah. it's And a tonight lot. we're going to have like a change almost every quarter, I feel like. So, yeah.
Well, I gained additional respect for the HoneyBees that I had to do something this past week. It was the school kids that I work with. It was Rockstar Day. So I had to put on my best wig, and I had my inflatable guitar, and I had to get up and dance on one of the cafeteria tables. And I hit a slick spot and almost ended up in this little boy's chocolate pudding. But I was sore for about 2 days after that I had to get on my knees and play my guitar on We Will Rock You and all like that. So I gained an additional respect for what y'all have to do, the performance, because it was tough for me.
Yeah. Getting out there in front of fans, you do want to make sure you are prepared. You don't want to slip and fall, because that's the last thing is we want to fall in front of 16,000 fans and just land out there. But I could understand where you're coming from. That would probably keep it up. There has been a few times when you're walking down the steps for a t-shirt toss and you kind of have to catch your balance because you may trip, especially if you're dodging in between an outfield. But yeah.
Well, that was the first. I have never and I probably people said after they ask you, what did you do at school today? I table danced on top of a table though, but I almost fell off the table. So maybe that was telling me maybe I shouldn't be doing that.
Well, we're glad you didn't fall. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Well, ladies, I appreciate you taking your time from your busy schedule. I know that with all the work you do here, y'all didn't even mention all the community service that you had to do that I know that you had with turkeys and stuff. It's been a busy, hectic week, but we appreciate you taking the time to be with us. Don't forget the gift that keeps on giving right here, the calendar, and I've got a bunch of them. I've got a collection of all of them you've ever done at home right there, though, at home. So again, you definitely want to get one of these. It's worth your time and money to get one, and also come by and get them to sign them.
Yes, come by anytime. We'll be here every game. We'll be glad to sign them for you. Yep.
Well, thank you, ladies, and we look forward to seeing you perform tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
During the week of B Camp, the girls that stand out the most when it comes to that final audition are girls who have done all things HoneyBee fantastic. They're personable, they can dance, they have great fitness. So all of those things that mean or are a part of being a HoneyBee, they've excelled at. So it's kind of like we're putting pieces of the puzzle together based on this girl's strength is this or another young lady's strength is that.
People were able to show their strengths. We did so many different things, from fitness to technique to modeling to interview to swimsuit to answering personality questions. So I feel like everyone found their niche and found something that they were comfortable with.
So I think one thing the judges are looking for tonight is going to be lots of energy, showmanship, someone who's going to be able to take the court for the 2018-2019 season and truly allow Buzz City to shine for the 30th anniversary celebration. I also think they're looking for someone with dance experience, someone whose fitness is going to be there, and someone who just at the end of the day is just having lots of fun.
name is Kelsey Roussel, and I'm from Concord, North Carolina. This is my second season as a honeybee. In July of 2020, I was diagnosed with stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma.
As far back as I can remember, Kelsey, she played softball, but cheer is just something she's always loved to do. When we would go to football games or watch football games, she would see the cheerleaders and say, that's what I want to do.
Kelsey and I have kind of the same background. She grew up as a cheerleader. I grew up as a cheerleader. We both actually cheered competitively for the same team.
When she first started out cheering competitively, she wanted to be a flyer. She was light enough for them to lift and do the flying techniques, but she didn't have the gymnastics.
My parents got us a trampoline to put in the backyard. I remember flipping on the trampoline, and I remember getting off of that and doing my own backflips in the backyard. And I was like, hey, Mom and Dad, come outside, watch me.
And it was nonstop. It was either home, she was either doing a handstand in her room, she was flipping in the backyard. When she puts her mind to something, there's no stopping her. After high school, she looked into the checkmates. She worked hard for that.
We both made the checkers together in 2017, and we instantly began a friendship. She was just this little firecracker. She's just, 4'11" and just so cute and tiny, and I just couldn't help but love her. And the end goal is the honeybees. When she made it, we were all just ecstatic. We were so happy, and just seeing her being able to fulfill her dreams was just so amazing.
Her personality, it's so hard to explain. I mean, honestly, that's one of the reasons I'm marrying her in the first place, is because she has that competitive drive and nature and don't give up attitude, which is a little bit cliche, but she really brings that to light more than anybody I've ever met.
I first met my fiance Madison back in high school through a mutual friend, and then we kind of didn't talk for years. I didn't see him. And then he had messaged me and was like, hey, I'm coming home from Albuquerque.
I said I'm coming home for Christmas, and I wanted to take her on a date. And, luckily she agreed.
And then after that, it's just, we hung out every day, and he's just been an extreme support.
What actually helped me decide that I'm absolutely going to propose to this woman is I think I'm waiting for some type of weird sign that it's like you've seen so many signs. I think it's time.
I got a phone call from Madison on the way home. I was on speakerphone, he started the conversation. I don't want to steal your thunder, but I wanted this to be a special day. And that's when he asked me for her hand in marriage.
I remember the day of our engagement, he was like, okay, we're gonna go out on the beach and take some pictures. And he never wants to take pictures. So we walk out on the beach, and I just remember him asking me, and I started crying. And I remember FaceTiming my dad and him being like, where are you?
I got her dad there, and so she was able to meet him on the beach. That was a super special moment.
It was perfect, and that was a pretty emotional day.
A lot of people think it was a month because that was when we announced it, but it was literally 2 weeks after we got engaged.
I'll never forget, I pulled into the driveway one afternoon, and I was back in my truck in the driveway, and I got a call from her, and she was in hysterics.
My dad is really quiet. He doesn't like to show his emotion a lot, and so he was kind of really calm. I was crying, and he just was speechless because he was shocked. And then I remember calling my mom, and my mom's bawling. She's emotional like me.
I just wanted to take all the pain away. And, I told her, I was like, look, you're a fighter, and you can use this as something to dwell on, or you can use it as inspiration.
This could be detrimental to somebody else, and you're not going to let it be. And I know that you're not going to let it be. And better us than somebody else for sure, because we can handle it. We can work through it, and I know for a fact that she is handling it better than I even expected, even though I knew she was going to do well.
I remember my fiance telling me that you have a platform to inspire so many people, and I know that you love to do that already, and so I think that it would be amazing for you to try out again.
Watching Kelsey through B Camp was, I am speechless. She has so much strength, and she's just a little Powerball.
I remember, B telling me, we'll work around whatever you need to do, whatever you're comfortable with. Are you comfortable with coming in person? And I said, Coach B, I just want it to be as normal as possible. I know it's hard to be normal, and I know I'm not normal right now, and these are unnormal times, but I want to be able to come in like everybody else.
Every day she wanted to come. She wanted to be there. She wanted to be present. And talent night, she actually came straight from one of her chemo treatments.
I've been to one of her treatments with her, and I sat there for almost 6 hours watching them pump chemicals into her body, watching her fade in and out.
I begged her. I was like, please sit it out. And she was like, Emily, I'm not doing that. That's not my personality.
I don't want to sit out. I didn't think it was fair for me to do that to everybody else. And I also thought it would be a cool experience for me to have an impactful performance of what I'm going through as well.
But she wanted to do it. It wasn't that she felt she had to do it. She wanted to do it. She wanted to be there. She wanted to prove that she can do it, that the cancer's not winning. She is.
I know how devastated she would have been if she didn't make the team, on top of what she's going through.
Whenever the Hornets organization starts back up and she can start cheering, they'll put her where they want to put her, and she'll be happy with wherever they put her because she's just happy to be out there. That's the type of person that she is.
It meant the absolute world to me that Coach B would bring me on this year again for another season with what I'm going through. Just to be able to cheer again was a blessing.